Doop de doo. Hello, everybody. Give me a minute. I'm just getting kicked off today. Got a slightly new setup. We'll be testing some Mortal Kombat boards. Uh, yeah, I'm actually surprised that this even works. Because I got so many cameras connected to this computer that yeah, you're gonna be shocked. Maybe not shocked, but there's a lot of cameras connected to this thing right now. I don't know if you can even hear the fan of my laptop. This laptop is going into outer space right now. It could take off of the landing pad. That's how fast the fans are going. Um, but let's switch to overhead. I was just before you guys joined, I was going to try and get my hotkeys going so I could figure out how do I switch how do I switch stations? Switch from overhead to scope to blah blah blah. So yeah, so it's been an interesting couple of days. I updated the firmware on this Alienware laptop, and it caused the laptop to just reject every piece of hardware I ever connected to it. That's a terrible idea. Let me just take these over here. And now it took me 2 days to fix that. Let me just get a can of water. Woo! That is cold. All right. Took me 2 days to fix that. Yeah, Mortal Kombat boards. We're going to take a look at them. Even I haven't seen these. Even I haven't looked at them. You know, uh, who knows? Even I haven't looked at them. So they're in God knows what condition. Um, they came with some interesting stuff we might take a look at. Uh, and we might take a look at them on any one of a variety of new cameras that I've got connected. So let me just do hotkeys here. Let me just see if I can figure out the hotkeys. Give me 1 second. We see if we start switching up with hotkeys. So hotkeys. So hotkeys. Live scene overhead. All right, let's do show live scene overhead. Scenes. Oh, okay. Scenes, live scene overhead. But I want to just switch scenes. Scenes, live scene overhead. Oh, show GoPro, push to hide GoPro. Okay. I see what it's doing. I can bind to things that, oh, whatever. Okay, I'll just click on them. I'll just click on them. Like I want to switch scenes. Jeez. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Switching scene hotkeys set to toggle. 7 years ago on Streamlabs? No, that's not what I want off Reddit. How to set up hotkeys. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. So I guess maybe Streamlabs and hotkeys is just nightmare. Oh, let's just leave it alone. Let's just leave it alone. I can always click. We're not going to be changing it around too much anyway. Um, Yeah, you should be able. Do I have Instagram? No, I do not. RTX do not have Instagram, or maybe I do. I don't know. I set up a bunch of socials with this thing, but then I didn't really use them. Um, so yeah, so we're live. We got some things here. We're probably not going to do a whole lot of taking things apart, but I want to show you my new sort of camera setup, and we'll take a look and see what's going on. So we have our overhead. This took me freaking 3 days to fix because you know the whole laptop just decided to reject all hardware that was ever connected to it, so the GoPros wouldn't work and nothing would work and yada yada yada. So anyway, fixed that by uninstalling pretty much every piece of GoPro software I ever installed. Uh, the scope, scope is still working. Right, we got scope cam. Um, Scope has developed an internal shadow, which means I'm going to need to buy a new scope at some point, but for now it'll be okay. You can kind of probably see it on the screen, the left there. It looks like a hair on the inside of the lens. I can pretty much guarantee you that does not come off. It's inside on the lens, so I'm not going to be able to get rid of it. I'm guessing, well, I have no guess actually as to how that happened, but whatever happened, I now have something on the inside of the lens and a microscope. Doesn't make a huge deal because, like, if I put something under here, I mean, if we go under here, you can still we can still scope. I mean, it doesn't, it's not a big deal. It just annoys me when I look at it and I'm like, how did that happen? So, so we have our little scope. I'm going to leave Super Mario World up on the screen. Yeah, at least I don't have bugs. I would be very, if bugs got in there, I'd be like, what is the build quality of this thing? But no, that's not happening right now. Let's put something under the scope just to keep it interesting. There's a GoPro battery. There we are. Okay, so that's good. So that works. And then I got, oh, do I have live scene game? Let's see. Let me just switch live scene game. Yeah, okay, so that works. So we can always look at a game. We want to check a Nintendo game or a Genesis game or whatever. We're not going to be able to look though at the arcade boards on this because the arcade boards just don't output this kind of thing that this card takes. They're a whole different ball of wax. So we're going to look at the. We're going to actually have to look at them on a physical monitor, which is why I set up the bench cam. Oh yeah. So I have a little bench over to the where. So here's the garage. Well, yeah, here's over here, this way, over this way. So I can come over here. I can go like doopty doo, and I can mess around with stuff, and I can do all my. Um, we can hook up the boards, and we can boot up the monitors, and we can just make sure that stuff gets connected. Um, 640, but yeah, VGA. It's all VGA. It's really. It's actually a monitor that I bought so that you could look at a Atari ST. So it'll pretty much it accepts all the low res stuff. Yeah, very good at rendering low res things. So I've tested arcade boards on it before. It'll show them. It'll show them. Live stream game, and then the very last one, which I'm calling the Wayne's World Totally Live Whoa Camp, is this. So I now have. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. So there, you can see. Like here's the bench. This is the garage. See, this is all the stuff over here. This is where I stream from. So you can see here, that's my setup, scope, and it's got a CRT right there. Just yeah, lots of different things. Um, and this is another desk that's over here. And so this kind of cam is more in the sort of like, you know, if we need to walk around the garage or look at something, we can do that now. And I think that's kind of cool. Um, honestly don't have a huge use case for this right now. I just think it's cool. How about that? How's that? How does that? Oh my god. Okay, so we're just going to leave it over here. This is the. Sorry, but now it's see now it's doing like backwards stuff. Can I just change that? Can I flip it to the other side? Back, front, back, front. There it is. All right. So there. So this is my 3D printer. It's going to print some stuff. Anyhow, we can change. We can change some stuff. We'll just leave it like that for now. We'll just leave it like that for now. Um, this ain't MT pre 15 kilohertz monitor. This is the 15 kilohertz monitor. Yeah, I mean, we can look. I can get the model number. I was looking at it today actually. Let's go back. Let's go back to the overhead. I was looking at the monitor. What we'll do is we'll examine some stuff before we go to the bench. That's what we're going to do. We'll look at things here. Examine them a little bit. Take a look at like what did I buy here, and then we've got the scope here on my left. We can do that, and then when we want to test it, then we go over to the bench. So this bench I just put in here today. That, by the way, like let's go live cam again. Live cam, excellent. Uh, this is a like 1950s bench from I guess like the 1950s. So it took 4 people to lift this in here. That's how heavy this thing is. So well, there you go. That's why I didn't have a bench in here before, because it weighs a ton and it was kind of sitting out the back. And now I brought it in today, and now it is in use. We're doing it live. Okay, so what are we doing? I just bought more junk. I'll have to get a bigger house to store all the junk that I'm buying. Mm-hmm. Get some water. Get some water. Here we go. There we go. That's too much water. All right. So let's see. Let's just take a quick look. Tetanus. Yeah, you mean it looks a bit rusty? It does. It is a little stinky, but I did clean it up. It's not. Well, look at there. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's it's reasonable. Reasonable. Uh, tetanus. I don't know what you meant by tetanus, but maybe you meant that the desk is so stinky that I could get tetanus from it, but potentially. Um, let's keep let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. What do we want to do? All right. Well, first of all, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this monitor. We're going to hook this up to because it is a kind of an interesting monitor. It's a monitor that like accepts really low resolutions for kind of no good reason because it's a pretty new monitor. But then somebody on the Atari ST forums or whatever, they discovered that they hooked an Atari ST up to this thing and it worked in like every resolution. And then everybody on the Atari ST forums was like, "Oh my God, how did you find this? How do we? Where is it? Where? How do we do this?" And yada yada yada. It became like the de facto new monitor that everybody wanted for the Atari ST. Um, so I got it, and then I was like, actually, this thing works with a lot of old stuff, and it works with arcade boards and all sorts of things. Um, so anyway, if you're interested in it, I can't find it right now. Um, Let me just see what was ordered. First of all, it's a Dell monitor. Dell monitor order. So I'm just checking on my email here, and then it'll Dell order shipped. Well, that'll probably be the laptop. Uh, I think I bought this like directly from Dell. You know, maybe there it is. Amazon. I bought it from Amazon.com. Okay, let's go on to Amazon. And I'll show you what it is that I bought. Because I do think it's a bit of a find, this monitor. Uh, I'm sure it works for like Amigas and all sorts of old, like European and American stuff. 1 2 1 2. Okay, you guys can still hear me, I think. All right. Mm, 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 mm. Wow, it's still on the Dell website. So it says unavailable on the Dell website, but it's still even rendering on the Dell website. I think kind of tells you that it's a pretty recent monitor. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to load it up on Firefox, and then I think I have Firefox here somewhere. Live scene Firefox. God knows what this will show. Freaking nothing. Oh, there's Firefox. Okay, so you can see if you're logged in, it'll show the location at the top. Oh yeah. I don't log in though. I think this is. Well, I don't think I do. I've got some bookmarks set up there, but I'm pretty sure I don't. It doesn't show my location anywhere. You've never seen that, Master, have you? I mean, I'm not really that worried about it if anybody has, but I don't think I've done that, have I? I'm logged in. Account. Oh, Amazon. Sorry. Yeah, no. I was in my Amazon account and I just got the link to the thing. So this is just the Dell website. Yeah, thank you. But I always like Master. You always are like, hey, be careful. Don't reveal your location, or you'll get swatted or something. Um, so yeah, I'll try not to do that. Don't think I'm at the swattable YouTuber level, but let's just try and make sure, stay safe. Okay, Dell 27-inch monitor currently unavailable. But look at ports, HDMI and VGA. Ba, 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 ba. And then, it's just like a really simple, there it is, there's a VGA in, and it's just an incredibly simple monitor, but it renders stuff really well. So if we go and we say, this isn't personalized news now, I don't know what's showing up here. So this is just like, you know, the different. Oh, this is stuff we searched for the last time. We searched for that video store. So what are we going to do? I wonder what chip. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'd probably, I probably don't. I'm not interested enough to open up that thing, but I guess we could. Uh, what was it called? So Dell 27-inch monitor, SC27, and if we go in here and we do this, and then you'll see down here a thread, probably from Atari World or something. Uh, blah blah blah. Let's see. Where is the Atari website? Maybe I'm not Micro Center. Yeah, I think the person who like found this monitor were talking about how they found it on Micro Center. So, uh, Dell monitor, Dell 27-inch. But I thought it was on Atari Age. That's what I remember it being on. Dell, blah blah blah. Carver's Cave. Huh. I can't find the Atari. Let me see. Atari Age. Atari Age. Oh, there it is. Great price on Dell 27-inch, works with ST low, medium, high, and res. $99. So I bought one of these. Um, so you can see that there's a lot of people on like Atari Age and monitors and loudspeakers. Doesn't care. It does support 15 kilohertz. I have two of these, and many other in the forum use them. Realtek IC. Huh. eBay listing for the monitors internals. Wow. Realtek IC. All right, good stuff. Nice, nice find, my friend, nice find. Okay, let's go back. Anyway, this is just what we're using. Let's go back to the overhead. Let's take a look at what we got here. Um, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. I guess I'm going to move the keyboard over to the bench because we'll leave that. Now, just real quick, when I'm on the bench, I'm not bringing the mic over here, so it's the same mic, but I'll be at the bench. So like, here's what it's going to look like. I can already feel the audio is different as I come over here. But if we go to the bench, right, you got to tell me what it's like when I'm over here. So I'm here, and I'm like, oh, let's fix this. Let's fix this arcade board. What's the sound like over here? Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. I'm talking, and we're fixing the thing. Oh, it's very distant. Interesting. Okay, so maybe we just don't spend too much time over there then. Huh. All right, well, I kind of got to figure that out then, because I'm using a webcam mic, which is mounted on this thing. Do you know? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh, this will probably like, this will probably reboot the laptop if I do this. But apparently on Droid Cam, which is what I'm using here, I think you might be able to use the audio on the Droid Cam. Settings. Audio. Sample rate. Video. Interesting. Okay. Uh, Droid Cam, Droid Cam, Droid Cam. So if I go Wi-Fi cam, so when I go Wi-Fi cam, Shotgun, I know, I don't have one. You used to be like, you have so much stuff. Like, look at all this junk you've got, and you're buying arcade boards on a weekly basis, which actually Mortal Kombat boards are not cheap. Um, and then you don't have a lapel mic. See, this is the problem. I prioritize electronics junk over the stuff that would make my stream better. So I mean, I don't know if that doesn't tell you something about me. I don't know what would, but there you go. That's yeah. I guess that's just the way it is. I mean, I have stuff. I will buy cameras and like I got this nice wireless keyboard and I'll do that like over bits and pieces. I just really find it difficult to spend like $1,500 on a camera and like $280 on like a Rode Lavalier mic or something. And I did look at some $40 lav mics, but they're absolute trash. I looked at some reviews on YouTube and then, so, I know it seems like sometimes I spend a lot of cash on these like pieces of junk and then I don't buy anything good for myself that could help this stream, but we'll get there, is what I'm saying. Maybe one of these days we'll like fix one of these boards. Oh, by the way, I have so much stuff to fix now. Like so much stuff. Like I mean, I have like 7 Game Gears, of which one works. Um, I have a lot of stuff to fix on the Lynx, Atari Lynx side of things. I have Game Gears we can I've Game Gears that we can upgrade all the way, caps, power, the whole thing. I have Lynxes we can upgrade all the way, new screens, new caps, new everything. I have original Game Boy needs to be upgraded all the way, new screen, the whole shizzle. Recaps for um, Neo Geo's, recaps for Super Nintendo's. I still haven't fixed my friend's Super Nintendo. I really do need to get to that. We might want to do that. He doesn't have a shell for his Super Nintendos though, and like so if he would buy a shell, and I felt like there was something I could put my fixed work back into, then I'd be, we could do it. Anyway, there's just so much stuff that I've stashed up to fix that it's a bit embarrassing. So, Bitfulness to the rescue. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. There's just a lot of. Anyway, excuse me. I just drinking a lot of water. Let's let's take a look at. Sorry, what did I come over to do? I was on the overhead. I went over there. I was coming over with the keyboard here. I was going to bring over the Mortal Kombat board. I was going to like let's look at the Mortal Kombat board. Um, and I went back to the bench. Oh, Mike, that's what it was. I wanted to see. I want to see if I can use the cam on my Droid phone because if I can use the cam, okay. So when I'm on this totally live cam, my guess is yeah. Okay, so my I can see the thing on my HD Pro webcam is going up and down, but my Droid cam is not doing anything. So it's not. I don't know. Like audio monitoring, monitor off. Okay, that's the. Oh, yeah, but how? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just see. Can I use the audio on the Droid cam? Um, can you use mic on Droid cam? Yes, Droidcam can be used to transmit audio from your phone's microphone. To enable audio, you need to tick the Enable Audio option when adding the Droidcam source to your computer software. Then you can select Droidcam Audio. Okay, all right. So let's just see. I obviously didn't do that because I knew I had another camera. But if I do that, then I'll need to mute the other mic when I move to the bench. Let's see what happens. Because you're saying that it sounds distant. So let's just see if we can improve the stream even more. Okay, so we're going to go to Totally Live Cam Man. Go to Properties. Audio permission enabled on your phone. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to bring the phone over here and do all this. Okay, so when it said, oh, interest. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Droid cam. Droid cam? Okay. Audio output mode. Capture audio only. Output desktop audio. Capture audio only. Output desktop audio. Output desktop audio wave out. I need the freaking. Okay. Droid video. I can video. Give me 1 second here. Why? It says when I'm adding the source. Okay. Oh, open the Droidcam app on your phone and enable the audio option. You might need to grant permissions for audio recording. Select Droidcam Audio's microphone. In your computer software, oh, go to the audio. Oh, right, wait a second. Maybe the mic's already enabled and I'm just not using it. 1 sec. Audio. Droid. I'm going to guess that you lost my audio there. Did you lose my audio? Like there was no audio on that when I was cancel. Um, I'm just curious because I know that it's working right now, but I don't know if it was working. Was there a big period there where you didn't hear anything? Basically, is what I'm getting at. Um, okay, Microsoft. I guess I should have looked at Droid Cam audio when I was doing this because that would have told me, right? Droid Cam, Droid Cam, Droid Cam, Droid Cam. Okay. Okay, Droid device, Droid Cam video. Yeah. Resolution, FPS, horror space. Now, can you? Sorry, can you hear me, Master, or anybody else who's online? Um, well, I'm wondering, have I lost you guys? All right, 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's like it should. It's like it says here that I should be able. You should be able to hear me, but don't know. Okay, test bench. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, let me see. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So let's see. We're going to, well, we were trying to see if we could get where's the Droid client? Droid Cam client is here somewhere. Oh, no, it's all good. GoPro webcam. Let's kill that. I don't want that in the taskbar. Yeah, okay. You couldn't hear us when we are at the bench. Okay. Well, I mean, that sucks, but it's okay. Let's see. Oh. Deactivate. I need to deactivate it now. Activate. Okay, now, well, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. So now, I see 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Microsoft HD program. Okay, so I see the mic here right now. Let me just see what happens if I switch the output and the. Let me see let's see what happens if I change the thing. So, 3 2, and now we're on the microphone for the whoa totally live camp. All right. So now can you hear me when I'm over here? Sorry. Wait a second. Let me bench cam. Yeah, so now that I'm at the bench cam, which ostensibly is a different camera than the actual bench. Now, is the microphone setup a lot? Is that better than what it was? Lots of static, but audible. Lots of static. I wonder, is that because it's wireless and it's streaming the signal back? And I wonder also, is it because I'm moving it around? So much better from before. Oh, well, I mean, that's a good sign, guys. I have a little stand for that, and I either lost it or dropped it or put it somewhere. Let me just see, where did I put it? Okay, much better. All right, well that's good. I guess. I'm still a little sketchy of where did I put that little? I had a little thing here for holding that phone, like a little mini phone holder. And if I could find that, we could actually start the stream. Oh, did I put it in here? Did I put it? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. So check it out. Got a little thing here. So what I can do now is I can put the camera into that holder. Now this is probably going to make all sorts of noise when I do this, but guess what this is going to do? Well, I guess, it's kind of cool, right? Because if you look at it, right, so there's the bench cam, right? So check out the bench cam, and then here's Wi-Fi cam, right? So then I've got like an actual, now you're looking straight at the screen, as opposed to, I mean, you might be thinking to yourself, this is kind of duplicative, like I don't need both of them. Wi-Fi cam, but hey, that's what you got. Okay, let's do the overhead. Let's look at these boards. All right, and then we'll come back. Right, board number 1. Now, I'm pretty sure there's no addresses on this. I'm pretty sure this is just stuff that was inside the thing. But stage 1, we're going to take a look at a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade board. These boards are, they're not rare, but I would say that they are somewhat sought after now these days. Given I've got the WMS game, so this is where they must have bought it from. New game, serial number, pinball. Notice tamper. So this is all the stuff that came with it. Tamper-proof screws will be included in the parts bag, etc., etc. Okay, so we'll leave that over here. New game information card. Check one of the following. Pinball. So this is obviously what the salesperson was supposed to. Let me change back my mic to the. Let me change my mic back to the webcam just for a moment. Okay, we're back to the webcam mic. So this is obviously what the salesperson was supposed to fill out. So game serial number, date, purchase, distributor, address, phone number, best time to call. Oh, is this like a registration card? Oh, you send this back. Postage would be paid by addressee. Okay, so it's attention quality department. Okay, so here's how this worked. You got the Mortal Kombat board. You're an arcade operator. You got everything. It got sent to you. You're happy. You're yakking away. And then you're like, oh, what's this about? Oh, I see. I just write down like the serial number, the game, what was purchased. But generally, I guess they would only get this back if the cabinet was damaged. The cabinet is damaged, yes. Setup problems, yes, I did. No instructions included. Like you would complain here, and then you just pop this in the mail. So I guess that's that was for. And then this is something that was just put in the bag to tell them there was some screws here. I don't think I have that bag. This is just whatever he just sent me, whatever he had. So Mortal Kombat 2, maybe that's the serial number. I don't know. Dedicated monitor manual inside. Monitor is spelled incorrectly, but we won't hold that against them. And then this looks like it. This looks like it was the actual thing that the manuals came in with the arcade board. So we'll put these two little things back in here. And then I'll show you what came with the arcade board. So then we've got Mortal Kombat 2 operations manual. Okay. Nicely I would say nicely bound, in very good condition. It's not damp or anything like that. Look at all of this sound. Okay, so let's just go back to the start. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Operation. So like they gave you so much information back then on like how to actually, you know, fix this thing if anything happened, or you could give this to an electronics person in your area and they would do it. Um, all the location of the transformer, removal of the marquee, the speakers. Here's another one of those cards. Oh, here's another. Oh, I guess maybe he duplicated this. So I got two. Um, descriptions of all sorts of stuff here. Soundboard test, CPU board test, game audits, what everything game audit. You know, somebody spent time developing this manual, some technical writer at the company. But this is what's really interesting. I mean, really detailed schematics. I'm assuming that this is how. Hmm. Okay, we'll read that in a second. That looks interesting. I was assuming CPU board. I mean, they had custom ICs, obviously, but I would assume that this is what bootleggers use to reverse engineer stuff and to copy games and do all sorts of crazy stuff. Look, like every component is here, so you can just rebuild this. But of course, they did have ICs on the board as well. You know, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, like there's boards, custom chips, and so you wouldn't be able to completely replicate it, but you could make a good run at it. Cables, all the part numbers for the cables, 25-inch monitor. So the monitor that was on this thing was like smaller than the monitor over on my desk over there. So, you know, shows you what the time was like. Anyway, that's Mortal Kombat 2. This fell out. What is this? This fell out. Something about dollar bills. So we're gonna take a look at this. It's all a little piece of history. Um, you know, usually when you buy this stuff doesn't come along with it. I've had some interesting finds in buying arcade boards, um, where they've come with little oddities. You know, things that are probably very common to people that work in this field and like maybe they own and operate a retro arcade. But I would never see this stuff usually. I just get the boards. So obviously a monitor manual. We'll take a look at that in a second. Important note: Mortal Kombat 2 dollar bill validator operation. In order to use a dollar bill validator with Mortal Kombat 2, change the dip switch settings. Set situation. Okay, so this is. Huh, okay. It's just telling you how to convert it so that it accepts a dollar bill note. November 15th, 1993. Very cool. That was inside the manual. I'm going to leave it outside of the manual for now just because it's got a bit of a crease on it. And then this is interesting. This is the actual manual for the CRT. So this is the CRT that came with this thing. And these were like open frame CRTs. As you can see, let me take a look at this thing. It's like you wouldn't want to stick your hand in there. By Hanterex. And then again, yeah, little schematics. This is in German. Yeah. Yeah. X-ray protection circuit. Yeah, okay, remote control. The remote control is it module? Yeah, okay, horizontal flyback time. Um, this is in Italian. Okay, so this is only the English section. Not a ton of information in here. Yeah, like hang on. So this isn't like a wealth of info, but it does give you some stuff. Just tells you probably what the parts are, working temperatures, signals and pinouts. Um, that's about it. But I wouldn't call it a comprehensive manual on how to fix the cathode ray tube on this arcade machine. And I don't think that's what it was intended to be. Anyway, that's the manual. So it said manuals. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, you know, it's up to you about how you think about it, but I think that is pretty cool. Now, Mortal Kombat. I don't know a ton about Mortal Kombat boards. I'll tell you that right now. Never owned one. This is the first one I've ever owned. So we're going to be learning together here. Um, what I know is there's different revisions. There is um, there's different revisions, and you need two boards. You need a board here, which I assume this is the soundboard, and you need the main board. So let's open up this and take a look at it. Examine it before we put it on the bench. Is it rolled, or is it kind of is it virtually bagged? It's hard to tell sometimes. I want to be careful with this. It looks like oh, it is rolled. Okay, so we might want to just try and unroll it. I feel like I have seen every possible way of bagging and tagging something at this point. I've seen everybody's dirty secrets about how they pack their eBay items. Okay. All right. So this is the soundboard. Nicely packed. Good seller. Good seller. Woof. Now, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing. He's done this before. This guy sells a ton of Mortal Kombat stuff on the interwebs. Ooh, that is very clean. Look at this. That is very clean. All right, let's take a look together. What are we looking at? I'm going to take this, put it down here. Okay, so what have we got? Um, we've got a small board containing sound ROMs in very good condition, is what it looks like. They look like original ROMs. Not that I'm an expert in that, but if I had to make a bet for like $100 if they're original ROMs, I'd be like, yeah, they probably are. There's our IC in the middle here, which is, I'm not sure what that is. It's analog devices. Again, like I said, used to console boards, but starting to get into arcade stuff now, and I like this. So yeah, 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 yeah. Well packaged and very annoying packaged. I will say, when it comes to arcade boards, I don't think you can pack them well enough because they're so bare and there's so many things that can go wrong. Like if you were to just like pack these one on top of the other with no protection between the two boards, it'll be destroyed before it gets to the post office. Um, so yeah, this guy did a pretty good job here. I mean, like I'm definitely going to buy from this seller again, um, just purely because I really liked that he included the manuals because that was not on the listing. My feeling is he probably just like buys these from arcade places, he fixes them up, checks them out, sells them on eBay, and then he just throws in whatever came with the lot that he picked up. He's not like, oh, I want to keep this manual and sell that manual separately. And I really appreciate that. I was like, this guy's cool. He's like, look, I'm just giving you the board and whatever came with it. And I think that is, like, I don't know, that felt to me like a sign of a good seller. Um, and somebody who's not like just trying to break everything up into every constituent component and make money from it. Um, so however you want to take that, that's how I felt about this seller. Um, anyway, obviously this is what connects one board to the other. I'm gonna leave that over there. I want to show you something though. Let's just switch over to the scope. I do want to show you the mask on the traces here because I've not really seen a setup like this before, and I find it curious. Maybe this is common on our boards, but if you look at the mask that's on top of the traces, arcade boards are sort of notorious for getting scratched, you know, and the getting scratched between each other, or like when they're thrown in a thing, they'll just get destroyed. But if you look at this, the board actually has a kind of a protective epoxy almost that you can touch and feel. It's got like a a texture to it that is over the traces, and it makes me think that would be harder to scratch that. And I just wondered, is that the reason? Well, that's a pretty terrible solder joint. I can tell you that right now. I tell you what, these solder joints are pretty sketch. They're pretty sketch, chat. Uh, how is this still working? Or well, maybe not. No, sorry, am I wrong? Is it just looks like a hole? Um, okay, maybe they're not as sketchy. Okay, it might have been a trick of the light, but I also don't think they're fantastic, right? They probably that's probably this board probably works, but I also think that those are a little bit sketchy. Okay, yeah, the solder joints here are a little sketch. You know, I mean, this was made a long time ago, so we're not gonna we're not going to we're not going to we're not going to pass judgment um, on the poor souls that have to solder this thing manually. If that what is what happened here. Um, okay, so this that's that, and then this is our little chip, logic boards made by Williams Electronics Games, and so I'm assuming that this Williams made pinball machines, so I'm going to assume that you know this is. I'm not an arcade historian. Maybe someday I will be, but not today. Williams Electronic Games Inc. And yeah, they made Mortal Kombat. So good on them. And let's put that aside. Let's bring that over. Okay. Uh, let's go to the bench cam, and let's yeah, the loose solder pin. So you did spot it. It looks sketch. It's sketch. So all right, let's do what we're gonna do. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like place some of the. By the way, we'll switch to the droid cam proper. Just gonna put some paper down, and we will just place the boards there. I'll get an ETA cable shortly. You know, so we'll start by putting the soundboard over here. Put that here. And now we will switch back to overhead. Take a look at the main board. Ooh. All right. Okay. Whoop. See, that's the one thing with this particular GoPro overhead cam setup is that a little close. I'm just going to be gentle here. You know, I don't want to bend or break something that managed to make it all the way over here, and then I break it. So again, wrapped in paper. Like I said, I think this guy really knows what he's doing. So, um, you know, we can go and look at his listings as well. You know, I'll show you if you want to buy some stuff from this person, because now you're seeing me unwrap it, and you're seeing like, well, you're seeing the workmanship that goes into the wrapping here. So this guy clearly cares about his boards and cares about his sellers receiving, or his buyers receiving, reasonably well kept boards for things that are so old. This is perfect, right? This is like in very good condition. So I want to put it back over the paper that came in. before we try and boot one of these things up. So, right, what are we looking at? This is where the live cam could be useful. Let me do the live cam. Live cam, live cam. Excellent. All right, I'll stop doing that at some point. But there's a bit of a novelty of having the live cam right now. Why did it do that? Okay. All right. Let me just see live cam. Let's see how this works. Oh, focus. All right. Whoops. Well, at least it's on video, so now we know what I dropped it on if we've got problems. Also, if this doesn't work, I can't use this video as evidence to the seller that they sent me a working board because I just dropped a phone on it. Okay. In before he just wants to not get negative feedback and deal with refunds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, yeah, probably too. But you know, I'll also say, chat, that I've received some pretty sketchy stuff from no matter what I try, no matter how well I try to find people. All right, let's go and do excellent Wi-Fi cam. Woohoo! Wayne's World. All right. So, what are we looking at here? So we've got AMA Protect. Don't know what that means. I see some other stuff over here. What do we got here? This is a something something. All right, so it's upside down. Williams Inc. So that's a custom IC. Anything else interesting here? Does that say someone's name? Is that Gerard? Or Genrad? Oh no, it's JR is the initial. So somebody checked this on what? Jeez, straight after Christmas, 4th of January 94. Um, final final test by Carmen in February 94. So something was checked in Genrad. So there's different kinds of checks, obviously, right? So Genrad is one check, and then a month later, Carmen comes in. She puts down her coffee, and then she sits down. She's like, "Yeah, you know what? This is final test. This is good. Let's ship this one out." Somebody else is testing it here. Pre-test by Tex on the 11th of February. So you can see here, you can actually almost see the production lines going through. Um, that's happening here, right? You got JR. JR is doing Genrad, which maybe that's like general work or starting to set up the board. Carmen does the final test. You got well before that, Tex comes in. Tex he does pre-test, and then the final test is done by Carmen. So really cool. Can't imagine they'd think that somebody would be looking at their board 30 years later. Game ROM for Mortal Kombat, and then the battery, which we checked the battery the other day on ActRaiser. It was a CR2032 as well, absolutely perfect. So, um, what's the what's the over under on that one being absolutely fine and having no problems? Although I think the seller may have changed it. Actually, he might have put a new battery in, so probably fine. Okay, let's put this back over here. I'll just charge it. Well, let's just leave that there. Um, and we'll go over to the bench. And we'll go over to the bench and we will switch. Now we got to go to the bench. I'm going to switch the audio input to be the. I'll switch the audio input to be the droid cam. Oh, 2.8 volt, Master. That's what you were thinking the voltage is going to be after 30 years. If sorry, let me just put this back in its little house. If it's not been replaced by the seller, I think 2.8 volts are a really good guess. Really good guess. So now you can see the desk, and you can see a couple of boards here. And this is where we'll do the test, and we'll see what's going on. Now I'll bring over a little chair. Where's my little chair? This chair is too big. Put this chair over here. The manual's over here. Okay, so I'm a little bit away from the computer when I'm doing this, but let's do an audio test. Audio test. 1 2 1 2. Let's take a look here. What's going on? Audio test. How does that sound? Two. Pretty okay. Okay. I'll watch it back afterwards and see what it sounds like, but it's probably other than the static. Now, see, the static is, where's that coming from? See, if there's static, I don't like that. Let's see. That's a real shame now if it's static. So is there a way? I can't get this webcam any closer. All right, let's try and make it quick. The static is kind of worrying. All right. But is it better? Is it really, if it's got, is it really better than this? Is it better? Like if I'm over here, here's my little chair. Right, so I'm over here in my chair. And I'm like, oh, all right, let's get to work. Let's get to work. Let's get. Is it really better than that? Right, I can't even read from here. Static white noise something. I think what it is that it's picking up the laptop fan. Okay, let me just use the I want to use the regular desktop fan for now. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We have got to, what are you saying here? Just sound distant and cut out sometimes because of the noise gate. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes, and I'll try. I will order a lav mic, so that we'll just see how this goes tonight, and see if it's worth doing that. And see if this kind of like repair and bench setup makes sense. Just give me 1 second here, though, because I just got to talk to somebody. Sorry, chat. So that was um that was really cool. My wife just came in and she showed me a little bag that she had made for our daughter, and it was pretty cool. That she made on a see. There's mixed fixes junk in one room, and then there's a whole kind of sewing and crafts thing going on in another room. Um, all right, so let's let's get this going. All right, let's just boot it up. I feel like the stream has been going on for too long without any actual action. All right, so let's connect this board. I've never done this before, so I better not screw this up. I hope it's all keyed. So here's the. We got to go get the header. Now I'm only going to be able to view the. I'm only going to be able. Oh, hang on. There's two things here. Oh, I see. So I have to do connect both. All right. So I guess I'm going to have to do. There's a ribbon cable, and it is keyed. All right. So I mean, I might look at this YouTube listing if I'm like, sorry, eBay listing if I'm really concerned about it. But um, don't know what this is for. Right. See, this is how naive I am with these boards. So this is for something. This obviously is power from one board to the other. Looks like it just probably just goes. Yeah. Just check. System though. Okay, sorry, chat. I'm just gonna move this a little bit closer to me and see if I can make sure that putting this in right. Okay, so the pretty easy way, you just kind of. I mean, it would just be. It's just. It's not that difficult. Uh, okay, that looks like that. That there. Looking good. Okay, so now we've got what? That way. That way. Okay, let me just check his eBay listing just to see how he had it. If he had it set up on a bench in his eBay listing, I just want to have a quick look. I might not show that, but because I'm logged into my account. But so let's see what way does he have the soundboard connected? Because the way he does it is, and obviously this guy's very experienced at working on eBay. He shows it on the bench. He doesn't do a video, I don't think, but he does show it on the bench. Okay. Mortal Kombat. Also, I like doing this because I can finally go and I can leave the feedback. All right, so here we go. Original listing. All right, so wait a second. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, oh, okay. So the ribbon cable does need to be connected. Does he? How does he connect the JAMA? He also has another thing going in here. Maybe that's for audio. I don't think I need to do that, but I mean, we're going to see in a second. Um, okay, so he has yellow, yellow to the right. Yeah, I think that looks right to me. Okay, crispify this board. Um, that would be bad. Open image in new tab. Just give me 1 second. I just wanted to see with the board. He obviously had specific photos. He might have a close up of the board somewhere. He does. Right. Okay, so 1 second now. So yellow. So this, the yellow is closer to the yes. So this yellow here is on this side, is on the side that is nearest here, and then here the yellow should be on the opposite side of the cap. Now I'm sure it looks like it is going to keep, but honestly I do think that there's a way to probably insert it the other way. So just being super careful. This board wasn't cheap, so don't want to bust it. And then there is a place for the ribbon, which I didn't really pay attention to. The ribbon, where does the ribbon go? The ribbon looks like it goes at the other end. It goes under the board. And it's where, oh, it goes there. Okay, so again, it's keyed. Sorry, I'm going to switch back so you can see. So the ribbon goes here. So I've got to go, just lift this up a little bit. And this doesn't look to be keyed actually. So this is going to be a little bit more interesting. And I think it goes under this guy. Does it go under it? Oh, no, 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 I see it. It's here. So, all right, just gotta just, okay, so it's this way. Yeah, which side is, yeah, I don't know. So this could go wrong. You may want to read this. Okay. Thank you. Which Mortal Kombat is this? This is Mortal Kombat 2. All right, let's oh my god. Okay, yeah, consolidation kit. Oh, okay, interesting. Audio data cable. This should be on the edge of the header labeled for pins 1 and 2. Pay attention to the red wire on the sorry, can you see what I'm looking at? You can't. 1 sec. Thank you for sending in these instructions, right? We're going to take a look at this chat. We're going to go to the live stream Firefox. Woo! All right. So this is somebody consoling a Mortal Kombat board, or sorry, an NBA Jam board. And it looks like there's some device here. Install one into the main TPCB as shown. Pay attention to the red wire on the audio data cable in the edge of the header labeled for pins 1 and 2. Okay. Red wire on the audio data cable. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's an original one. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I did have it connected incorrectly. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe this is why this thing requires a little bit of yeah. So it's a little tricky. It looks like it goes like this. And yeah, I can see the marking for 1 and 2. It looks like it's this way. Now the thing is, I don't think this is going to matter actually. You know what? I don't think it's going to matter because um, I don't have a way to get sound out of a super gong. So maybe this is a silly idea, but we might leave this set up like this until the time when I get the super gun. Yeah, I feel like the instructions for pins 1 and 2 um, is going to be the same. Let me see. It's a cool kit, by the way, because Bit District. So is this somebody who sells a kit? So could I consoleize this arcade board then? Is this like a similar thing? Look at the way this. Wow, this is really cool. This is very cool. So this is what? This is somebody who's consoleizing the unit. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Bit District 2018. Install the MG PCB consolidation kit. 4 acorn nuts. Okay. But do you have a consolidation? Is there a consolidation bit district? Okay, I'll take a look at this later. Is this because if it'd be cool if there's a case and an enclosure you can get to just you know make this all work. Cool. Randomly found it. Very cool. I like it. Well, I mean, I think you've figured it out. Tell you what we're going to do, because I can't test audio tonight. We're going to test video, right? Or, well, wait. I can test audio ROMs. It will check those ROMs. So let's leave it. Let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave it. We won't unplug it. Sorry, I think I just did something silly there. We're gonna go back to the bench. Back to the bench. Jammer pin out. Yeah, no, the jammer pin out should work. So we're going to see. Let me just check something real quick. Before we go and connect it up. Well, actually, before we go and connect it up, let me just go get a VGA cable. All right. Sure, I thought the power is going to this monitor. Where's the power button for this monitor? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we're gonna just switch to. We'll switch to the bench, and then I just got to get my super gun equipment. But before we switch completely over, let's just see. Want to check if the MVS pinout, how different is that from the. Um, Okay. Let me just see. Hmm. All right, so I'm just checking here. Okay, so our super gun is here. I want to say that this is not the most. It's a little bit of a ghetto super gun. Right, that's pin one. Yeah, that's the pin one. All right. Okay, so this is the super gun that I put together. This is a very sort of homemade super gun, and it has jam connector with up soldered into it, and then with pin one, which is ground, and I can see that it is ground, so that makes sense. And this is a Gonbez MBS connector, not MBS, a VGA connector. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put that VGA signal in there. No VGA signal, it detects that we're trying to do something. We're going to take the going into standby mode, but I want you to do that just yet. Okay, and now pin one of this jammer. This is definitely getting into tricky territory now because now I've got like the soundboard is sort of in the way now at this point. So starting to get more like a science project at this point. Okay, so there's pin. Sorry, now I've actually got it backwards, so let's not do that. A little bit science projecty in one JAMA. Let's get it in there. Now, okay, that looks good. Now we've got our audio board, which is now sort of okay. So now what we will need to do is that should all work. I mean, it kind of looks a bit janky, but it should work. What we need to do now is get our power. So this is where things get a bit scary. And if this blows up, well, I guess I wasn't meant to have. Well, I guess if this blows up, we'll just have something to repair, but I will be disappointed. Which I definitely can't. I definitely can't. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to plug the connector in here. Go. So now this is an arcade PSU with a sort of a 5-pin DIN, plus 5, plus 12. Now when we plug this in, I mean, I don't know what will happen. I think we should just do it. Will we just do it? I feel like I've done enough research and I want to be able to leave some feedback. If I blow this board up, then the feedback will be A++ great seller. If the board works, it'll be A++ great seller. And if the board doesn't work, I drop the phone on it. So this guy's going to be fine one way or another. Let me just make sure it's not sitting on anything. Short. Okay. I think it's okay. It's a bit janky, hanky, but I think it might be all right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn a lesson here if this blows up. Okay. Board, I have a. Let's turn on the light. Board has a signal. Not. Oh, and the audio board. I'm not seeing a. No VGA signal from your device. No VGA signal from your device. Did I connect this to the wrong thing? What is this? Is that maybe VGA input? I think that's what that is. Supposed to go to one of these instead. Well, it says no signal. No signal. Okay. What does that mean? Did the board? Let's plug it out and see if the board is like resetting it. Does anything happen? Right. So here we go. Back in. Okay. No signal. It showed some Japanese characters and then no signal. Wonder, is it the audio board is connected incorrectly, maybe? Let's disconnect the audio port. You can always contact the seller. I'm just going to take just in case I connected the audio port incorrectly. Huh. All right, blue characters. What does that mean? Uh, um, whoa, no. Uh-huh. So blue, it shows 4 blue characters. Hmm. We might need to leave it for tonight. If that blue character is Mortal Kombat 2. Blue text. Okay. Okay. Let me just go to Firefox and we'll try and type in what's going on. Okay. Trying to see. Audio, no video. Oh, what? You're saying you have audio? Audio, no video? Um, no, it's nothing. It just shows four blue characters on the screen. No, the board. No, it's got no, the audio's not connected. And it gives four blue characters on the screen, and then just the signal goes away. Which I guess, you know what? Wait a second. I have something called the Mortal Kombat 2 manual. Let's see if the Mortal Kombat 2 manual mentions errors of this nature. I mean, it's probably just me and the way I've hooked this up. Like, let's be honest, right? Mortal Kombat 2. Firefox. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll do overhead. Yada, yada, yada. See if there's a troubleshooting. Menu system diagnostics tests, right? So it's like, I need to kind of get to a troubleshooting area. Troubleshooting. No picture to start a picture. Check for fault of video board. Disconnected. Check line fuse. Nothing happens. Too many credits. Game stays in test mode. Tested the test switch and the dip switch is set to off. I don't. I guess we can parts. No, I don't need parts. Schematics, wiring diagrams. Wow, there's so much stuff. Pretty cool though. And that's pretty much it. Soundboard. Red line goes on this side. The red line indicates pin 1. Well, I mean, that would have been jammer connector, yeah. Sound power speaker. God, so much stuff here. Okay, so nothing helpful there. I guess I could contact the seller. See, what way does he have this done? Right. Okay, so he has it connected like this. So I'm just trying to see if I can do the actually literally. Okay, so he has it like that. And what way does he have? The jam is on that side. Yeah, so he's got the JAMA on that side. And then, But he has something else. Maybe he's testing power. He has something else plugged into it here. I'm wondering, is that for speakers? He's testing the speakers there, which I don't need to test all that. But also, it's got a lot more wires. Yeah, I would say that's working for MBS, but it might not work for this board. So my homemade version might not work to power the board, which is a shame. Let me just see. He's doing this. He's basically going. Sorry. Goes over to here. Let's try it one more time. We'll switch to the bench. Yeah, let's try again. That's why would it do that? Okay, let's I've got an idea. I've got an idea, and then we call it a night then, because I don't want to overcook this. But I do have an idea. Where did I put my phone? Strange. Where did I put my phone? I put it over here. Strange place to put it. Well, that's a shame. I don't know. That's weird. So usually I've got my phone attached to me. Oh, maybe it's underneath the keyboard. No, it's not underneath the keyboard. See, I just kind of walk around and leave things lying around, and then like I just can't find them. So this garage gets a little bit crazy. My idea was I was going to take a picture of the characters that appear with ChatGPT, and then I could ask ChatGPT, what does this say? Because I do not read. I don't read. I don't read too good for that language. Language, I don't read it too good. Well, this is it's an issue for a couple of reasons. Because if I don't have my phone, I don't think I can get back into the house. Um, because it's got an electric door lock. Uh, oh, don't panic. I had to have left. I must have just come out here without it. Huh. What the hell? Okay, so think for a second. You came over here, messed around with the boards, messed around with the camera. Over here, you're filming stuff. You're looking for things. You start looking around here, you start looking right there. Put stuff down, you come over here like, oh, do I have this? For some reason, you still don't have your. Oh, okay. Well, well, that sucks. Yeah, I'm going to be camping outside soon because don't have like 8 cameras and no phone. Where? I guess like I may have fooled myself into thinking I had my phone because I had this phone the whole time. You know, this little one. Um, but yeah, was I going in? I went inside to get some stuff. All right. Okay, give me a second there. Let's let's see if the seller is up late fixing boards. Let's just see if the seller's up late fixing boards. Okay, one sec. Hmm. Okay. Um. Trying to see. I'm just looking up here. It shows these blue characters for just a moment. Are you You like Mortal Kombat at all, Master? Because I saw something cool. Um, oh, not at the fighting games. Okay. Well, there's a Mortal Kombat just weird sort of in-universe trailer that was released a while back with Carl Urban playing as Johnny Cage, and it's just like I don't know, it's just ridiculousness trailer. I thought was really funny. Somebody sent it to me this morning. Um, I can't find this error, so I'm gonna figure. I'm gonna like. I'm probably gonna just say like this is something I've done. Um, I'm gonna say this is something I've done, and so probably um, probably this is my bad. So I'm going to yeah, I'm going to oh my god. Um I'm probably gonna give it up for this evening because I need to go find my phone, which I don't have, so I can't get back into the house, and then I gotta go sort that out. Plus my Mortal Kombat board doesn't work. So like yeah, so life is all sorts of messed up right now. And yeah, we'll probably just return we will return to this project at a slightly later date. I'm probably going to leave those boards um, sort of just covered in their in plastic and leave them there. But yeah, without my phone, I'm kind of a little bit stuck right now. So probably need to get back into the house before everyone goes to bed, and I'm completely locked out. So I will do that. Um, and then I'll probably come back out and take a picture of that and ask ChatGPT what it is. But I won't stream that. Okay. All right then. So I'll take it easy. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for tuning in. Uh, I guess we didn't get to where we wanted to get to, but I still hope it was at least slightly interesting. All right. Take care, and I will see you on another time.